Hi, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Zipporah, and this is my art studio tour. Hi, everyone. For those who are new to my channel, or if you are a subscriber already, welcome back. My name is Zipporah, and I'm a visual artist. Last two videos I uploaded, it was the very last painting I created in 2025. But it also was the last painting I did in my old art studio. And for those who are new here, my old art studio was literally just the living room of my old apartment. I did have two bedrooms, but the second bedroom I used as a beauty room because it didn't have hardwood floors. And my living room was the only place in my apartment besides the kitchen and the hallways that had hardwood floors. And although that space did me justice for the time while I was there, I completely outgrew the space. I got more into content. I started racking up on all things for my artwork. It's actually insane when I think about it now, from when I first lived in an apartment to the end of it, of all the stuff I collected just for my art stuff. And I'm very happy about it, but I definitely outgrew that space. So today we're actually in my new space, which is half of my basement, which is 10 times 10 times bigger than my old studio. And I'm so happy to share with you guys all the different stations I have in my new studio now and how I kind of decorated it a bit. I might probably do a updated studio tour in the future of me really just changing things around because I kind of get tired of stuff looking the same and I like to move things around and just, especially if I find new things to decorate, I might share those things with you guys too. And not even might, I know I will. I know how I am. Also, next video I will be sharing more time lapse and just me just kind of going on a little talks with you guys about this painting I'm currently working on. I actually have a big vision for this painting. It's going to take me a long time to finish, actually, probably a month. Because I'm going to add a lot of different things to this piece. It's not just going to be painting. I'm going to add some other material to it, but I'll explain that in the next video. But yeah, let's get to the studio tour. So right now we're in one of my favorite parts of my art studio, which is my green screen area. And in my last place, I put my green screen in my second bedroom, which I use as my beauty room, because in the studio space there was no room for this, and there was actually no room in the beauty room either because the ceilings were like lower on the one half of the room. And so now, since I have a higher ceiling, I can put this green screen all the way to its highest level, which gives me a better advantage to move around, especially when I do like either photography or when I do like cool edits in the future for you guys. So as you can see, if I zoom out rather than zooming in to my green screen area, it's just a green screen and then two studio lights propped up to give me that good lighting when I'm in this space. But it's actually also the entryway to get into my studio, the way I've set up kind of the area. But it's perfect because it's its own little secluded area, and I have enough space just perfectly for this, and it doesn't get in the way of all my other stuff. Next area is my social, relaxing hangout space. And in this area, I just mostly either like kind of bring friends down when they come to visit, or like when they just want to see the studio, or I kind of like read here and like kind of do other stuff. I can color or something or a journal or just like take naps. It's a really nice space for me. So on the table, I just kind of, a lot of these things are things I kind of like found. And even my couch is just from my old apartment. It's all beat up now, so I just use it down here. And then I just kind of got like a little kind of home decor going on. So coming up from this hangout area, we kind of have some of my work and other things I love, like One Piece. If you guys don't know, we are Straw Hats on this channel. Um, and just like all other artworks that I've like made in the past, or just things that I've gotten from family and friends. We get into my digital illustration side, and this is where I do like any like computer work or just journaling and writing as well if I'm not doing it in my hangout area, and mostly just my digital illustrations, which I do it on this drawing pad, which is actually the software is in a very old laptop of mine, and I have not transferred anything to my newer laptop because if you guys don't know, I like to use Clip Studio Art. And Clip Studio Art, I actually bought it when it was like you buy once type of deal and you just like get updates every once in a while. But you guys know now Clip Studio Art, you have to pay a subscription. So if I move it to my laptop, I'm literally going to have to re-download it, and then how they have it when you put something on a new device, you have to buy a subscription for that device. It's so stupid. So then I'll have a subscription every month. So, but the OG files, they let you not have to pay monthly for it. So I still have Clip Studio, which is why I'm not getting rid of this laptop till it completely craps out on me. Hopefully it doesn't anytime soon. But yeah, also in this area, I have a little bit of decor and just a little incense burner just to keep things smelling really nice down here. And then once again, my one of my favorite painting stuff I've done, which is called Sorry Lotus. I painted her like almost 2 years ago, and I still love her to this day. She's like a huge painting. I know she's like 60 inches high. I think like it's like 40 by 60 or 30 by 60. I can't remember. But yeah, she's one of my favorites. Next area is my traditional drawing area, which is this drawing table. And it comes up on a slant, just like how like an easel for a painting would do. It makes drawing way easier because you can see your drawing fully instead of bending over and trying to look at it at a flat surface. What I love about this table is that it has like its own little table, which I keep my pencils or like any like drawing stuff I need. And then it has like three drawers that I also keep any like immediate paper that I might use, or like transfer, like that invisible transfer paper, or like just anything that I feel like I might need for like a drawing sketch besides like my actual pencils. Also in this area, two things that I love is both of these final sketches that I made for the current painting that I'm working on right now. And actually the first painting sketch, and I love like the body and the actual girl in this sketch, but like I wasn't really feeling the background after a while, which I kind of still like it. I might go back and actually paint this version, but for now I actually love how I changed everything. I feel like she's not as super stiff. Yes, it's her kind of in the same pose, but I like that she's actually like sitting kind of like on her knees in this one versus just sitting on the edge of the bed. Just in my personal opinion, and then I just love this painting that I'm working on right now. As you can see, I really love drawing. And one thing about me that you guys need to, as you can see, I really love drawing. And to let you guys know, I do a lot of time lapse and will be doing a lot of time lapse on this channel, or like segments showing the process of me doing like paintings or like final drawings, like real drawings. But when it comes to my sketches for my painting, I probably won't show it, or if I do, it's going to be very rare that I show any time lapse for these sketches, because I actually just love kind of the free side of not having to worry about content and burning myself out, and just focusing on like the idea, and then I can come back later and explain to you guys what all of my sketches mean and what inspired me and etc. I can do that in like a separate video, or like just tell you guys after this is finished. But it's going to be very rare for y'all to see if any type of time lapse or like segments of these sketches, just to let you guys know. So the next area is this shelf area, and it has all of my extra supplies that I may need, but not like need immediately, which is like extra camera stuff on the top shelf. And then on the second shelf, I have all my markers, my color pencils, my extra drawing pencils, or like just different types of markers. And I purposely have this next to my drawing station. It actually comes in handy in case I want to just do something different just than my graphite mechanical pencils. And then this second shelf, and then this second shelf has just extra paper or like tracing paper, and then also extra sketchbooks over here. And then this last shelf has just like extra table easels, and then like another backdrop that's like too huge to put up right now. So now we go into my favorite part of the studio, which is my painting area. And it has my easel, and also it has like this own like cover flooring to catch any like paint. But yeah, this is my current painting I'm working on at the moment. I also have this rolling shelf tray, but I use it to store like my paints, and also to put like my giant paint palette up here. So yeah, this giant paint palette is honestly amazing. And then I also have like clean water in here as well too. And then just, just paintbrushes for my next painting session. So things I know I'm going to use. On the second shelf, we have like all the areas or all the paints that I have organized kind of by colors, or like I have the things I use frequently in the front of the palette, so it's easy for me to reach it. And then this last shelf, I have all my watercolors and just like tapes and things, nothing like too fancy. Over here, I have all of my paints pretty much organized, and then my paintbrushes, which kind of are organized by size, but it kind of like gets mixed up. And then it kind of gets like organized by like paintbrush brand, but then I don't know where I was going. But yeah, and just more paints up here. I keep my paintbrush, and then like more paintbrush storage. And then this is just like all mediums I might use. This first shelf has all my acrylics on this shelf. Second has all like oils and sculpting stuff, and maybe some gouache there somewhere. And then the last space is just storage. And then we come into this little nook and cranny, which is just a big long shelf that has drawers. And then every drawer is organized by like materials that I might need, which is really handy. This next area is just where I have my printer, a cutting board, sewing table as well, and then like a kind of like a little lamp. And then down here is just like extra storage space. It's just like a nice little extra addition. I just got this printer I showed in my last video, and I still haven't set it up yet, and I haven't even taken the plastic off, but I can't wait to use that as well. And the very last thing I want to talk about is this carpet. I absolutely adore this carpet. I got it off of Amazon, but it's a flower carpet, and it just fits perfectly with the theme of everything down here. And it's like so, so cozy.